This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast for Monday, July the 11th. Kicking off another huge week in the Quinte region. We'll have more about that in podcasts coming up this week. I think we're going to have Jenny Bergeron in from Ace to Base.
Fingers crossed.
Holy
Absolutely, that would be awesome.
That'll be great. She and TLC are going to be headlining the kickoff Thursday night, Friday and Saturday 3-night festival here in Belleville. Weather looks pretty good, but it doesn't matter because Mark Rashad will not let it rain. He will not. He has a history of moving weather. It can be cloudy, and then he goes whoosh with his hands, and they go like parting of the Red Sea. Whoosh.
I don't know if it's the weather. I think most people now are just hoping the technology works. So they can can share.
Holy smokes!
That was crazy. You want to talk about the crazy kickoff to the weekend, and with everything again. And I know we talked about it Friday, but just another reminder of how much we come to rely on our handheld devices and technology in general.
Yeah.
Because some are still with the Rogers outage. So it was nationwide on Friday. Some are still having service dropped intermittently today.
Yeah.
Overall, it lasted about 15 hours. Most were down 15 hours. And yes, personally, it was inconvenient, but stop and think about it. Our house was very quiet, so we didn't have internet. We couldn't use our phone, so we couldn't text. We couldn't send anything. We couldn't call anybody. If anything had happened, we couldn't call 911.
Right.
Hospitals were affected by it. I saw lineups at some banks because others weren't working. Like the TD Bank in Campbellford was it was around the corner.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the few places that could work. But our emergency services and the key businesses and things that we use every day shut down. If you needed gas, if you needed groceries, I would like to think most people would be considerate when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, you were
the cash.
Stuck.
Couldn't use your card. You need cash.
Yeah.
So
you needed cash. You couldn't call people. You couldn't talk to people. And it really became apparent. I can't call them. Can't check that either. Oh, nuts.
Start checking your phone, wondering why you're not getting texts.
Yeah, That's what I mean about it being quiet. So we just had to sit and enjoy the sunshine Friday afternoon. But it was hard.
And then once it finally got back up, here come the scammers.
They tried to, yeah. I think, Rogers has put out there that they will credit their clients on their next bill. They said they will do that when they finally released a statement explaining what happened. And I think the best meme I saw on Friday was, has Rogers tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Yeah.
Which is basically what they did, according to the CEO. They shut everything down and then slowly started to turn it back on to accommodate. But out of it, as you said, the scammers, I guess after hearing maybe that Rogers were going to credit their clients, started sending texts. So if you receive a text that's not Rogers said they wouldn't do that. It would just be on your next statement.
Yeah.
Credited to your account.
I shake my head.
I know you're shaking. It really bothers you.
It does. I just,
Clearly.
This is how we'll make some money. We'll take advantage of vulnerable people during a time of upheaval, and good for me. You're a jerk.
Yeah.
Scammers.
So don't if you receive a text, don't
email.
Click on anything. As I said this morning, be safe rather than sorry. If you have any questions or if you get that feeling, just call, if you can, contact the business directly and find out for sure.
Yeah, there's no reason to click on Rogers.
And they've said they will not do that. They're not going to text you that message. It'll just appear on your bill.
Yeah. Also on the show this morning, Mark Phillips. Friday night is going to be, and he'll explain it, the largest and greatest fireworks show this area has ever seen. And you can't just say that.
I love how you called him on that.
You can't just say that and then not deliver. You can't say, well, okay, it's one of the 10 best. No, you said it was the best. And so we called him up to get all the details on what's going to be a pretty phenomenal night on Friday.
Hello.
Hello, Mark.
Hello, good morning.
Hello,
good morning.
Mark Phillips, who has been keeping the world's best fireworks secret.
That's right.
Come on now, come on. Don't let us beg you. Tell us about the big event coming up in Centennial Park.
We have a crazy event coming up in Centennial Park here in Trenton on July the 15th. And it's all to do with the downtown Trenton Festival on the Bay. And we're going to have the biggest fireworks event, the biggest fireworks show the area has ever seen.
You can't just say that and not deliver.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. No, we've done all the big shows. We have shot all the competitions. We have everything that we have ever done is leading specifically to this event in Trenton.
Wow.
It's going to be unreal, and we have absolutely the best company in the world. They're North Star Fireworks and Drones, and they're going to be shooting and putting off the fireworks for us. And it's going to be truly amazing. And the best viewing areas are going to be behind Centennial Park. The best viewing areas are going to be right down by City Hall, down by the marina. You're going to see a fireworks show from anywhere downtown. It's going to be something that this area has never seen before, and we want to let everybody know and invite everybody to come.
So the drone show, we're going to have like big screens up, and you're going to see what the drones see.
I'm glad you asked that, because I don't know if everyone's familiar with a drone show is, Mark.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put 200 drones in the air. We do drone shows right now anywhere from about 50 drones up to a maximum of about 200 drones.
Wow.
We're going to put 200 drones in the air, and each drone's probably about 2 feet, and on the bottom of the drone there is a big lighting thing. Our drones aren't designed to have cameras on them. Our drones aren't designed to do anything. Our drones are only designed to create a light show. And everything syncs simultaneously. Like,
oh my gosh!
This is amazing.
Show before the event, and we're going to put the drones in the air. And the operator of the drones, once the drones go in the air, he just sits back and watches the show because everything is pre-programmed.
Like a light show.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, it's going to be really nice. And like I say, we got a nice surprise ending for the area.
Tell us.
I couldn't do that.
Mark Phillips joins us. Centennial Park is where it's going to happen. Virtually, as long as you're within a kilometer, it sounds like you're getting a great view. Of course, it's got to be around dark. When should everybody start congregating in that area?
Well, you know something? I would suggest people come downtown early. And the reason being is there's going to be bands downtown. There's going to be sidewalk vendors. There's going to be a lot of other things happening besides the fireworks. And we're all about everybody coming down there and supporting the vendors down there, supporting the other people, enjoying the music. I think last time I went there was axe throwing. There was a bunch of different events happening. It's not just the fireworks. We're gonna cap off the evening with the fireworks, but there's other events taking place throughout the day. So we say the fireworks show, it'll start somewhere around 9:30. It'll start once it gets dark, but you can really come down at any point in time. You know, there's nice places to come down for dinner in Trenton. You can sit on the patio at Tomas's. There's lots of really neat spots here in Trenton, and you can walk up and down. And there's a lot of vendors, and there's other things to do while you're down here. So you can come. You can really come at any time. I would try to get a little bit early. I wouldn't leave it to the last because there's a lot of people that come, and you know, the police are usually good. They'll make sure the roads are closed off, so at the end of the show, people get out fairly quickly.
Right.
It's not like you're going to sit there for hours, but there are crowds, and you want to come and get yourself a nice spot to park where maybe you don't need to walk so far.
Yeah, and it's great. It's going to be a Friday night, so that's for everybody.
It's great. It's a Friday night, and I'll just let you know that I think there's a dance on the Saturday night. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. There's no fireworks on the Saturday night, just on the Friday night. But it's 3 days, and there's a lot of things happening here in Trenton.
There'll be fireworks Saturday. You've never seen me dance. Oh,
you'll never see fireworks like this again. You know, we're going to have 4 firing positions, and what that means is when we put the stuff up in the air, you know, we're doing products, so there's 4 of the same thing going off in the air at the same time. We're doing it in such a way that it's either the same item or items that complement each other going off in the air. There'll be so much happening, and those guys at North Star, nobody does a fireworks show like they do. They're fantastic. They're absolutely the best company around. They're really good doing fireworks.
Mark Phillips inviting everybody out to Trenton for this great weekend coming up, particularly on Friday. Get there good and early in the afternoon. Shop, eat, and then enjoy the evening.
Yeah, find your spot, park, and just enjoy.
Exactly, yeah. Thank you so much, and we welcome everybody, and we hope a lot of people come out today. to see the show. We're going to enjoy putting it on, and we hope everybody comes to enjoy what we love doing.
All right, last
Absolutely.
chance. Tell us about the ending.
All right. I'll tell you off air, okay?
No. Thank you, Mark. Have a good one.
Thank you, Mark. And you have your night already planned and arranged. We're going to take the kids down, but you've got it.
As soon as I heard that.
Yeah.
Tommaso's reservation.
You've got your spot all planned, but you said you know exactly where you're going to go for the fireworks.
Kath isn't sure that's a good spot, but I said, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a great spot. We're going to sit behind City Hall there in our chairs.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be the one in the suit.
I didn't think you'd share it, but now you've shared it.
Yeah, so I can hang out with my people.
All right. Well,
apparently
you might see
there's
us.
gonna be nobody there.
You might see us then. We'll bring our blanket and sit on the grass.
10
Is there
feet
grass?
over there. There's lots of grass.
Okay, then we'll come and sit there.
I got to bring a chair. At my age, I may not be able to get up.
Well, Wayne sits in a chair too. I like sitting on the grass.
Nah, well, that's because you're fit. Sit in a chair.
Not after 2 bags of cheesies, thank you, Mark.
Yeah, we had our Hawkins already this morning. Good stuff. Good stuff.
But yeah, it's going to be a fun night. I'm looking forward to it.
So everybody down there, and it's going to be going on all part of the festival on the bay. And as he mentioned, get there early. There's stuff going on all day, all evening, culminating with the fireworks. So don't just go down for the fireworks.
Yeah, Mark's going to be having dinner. You can stop by and say hi to Mark.
Don't. No, because I'm on vacation after that. Take it somewhere else. Charity's over there. Go talk to her. And then this morning we talked about the law of unintended consequences, which is an economic theory that no matter what you do when you change, you may get the desired outcome, but the law, like Murphy's Law, is not really a law, but there will be things that will happen that you did not foresee.
Yeah.
You can count on it.
It's kind of like for every action, there is a reaction.
Right.
You
Yeah.
may just not see it right away, but something's going to happen.
And often you say, well, I'm going to do this action to get that reaction. What you didn't anticipate was you got that reaction, but you
then,
got another one.
Over here
That's
to the right, something
unintended.
else.
So you got what you wanted, but then, and it happened in Dallas this weekend, where they have an HOV lane on their highway, much like the chevrons in Toronto.
Okay.
And, and on the 403, where if you have at least 2 people, you can go in the fast lane. Gotcha. Left-hand lane. That's the HOV.
Like a carpool lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Higher occupancy vehicle.
Gotcha.
I think that's what it means. So because most people drive by themselves, which is why we have clogged roads. But if you've got at least 2, you can go. So a woman was late for her son's soccer game. So she was driving in Dallas and flew down the HOV lane. And it just so happened, it doesn't happen all the time, that there were police at the end kind of checking the HOV lane. And sure enough, she got pulled over because she was by herself. And the police officer was very nice and explained about how then there's going to be I think it was like a $500 fine, some American.
Wow.
So that was ridiculous.
Really did
Everything is bigger in Texas. And she was very calm about it. And she let him finish his whole spiel and ripped off the ticket to hand to her. And she said, no, I don't think so. And he was like, excuse me? And she pointed down to her belly where she's 34 weeks pregnant. And she said, according to Roe versus Wade being overturned, I don't have a fetus in here. I actually have a human, which means there's 2 of us in the vehicle. HOV says 2 people. According to the overturn of Roe versus Wade, there are 2 people now in this vehicle. And the cop didn't know whether to fall down or go blind. He didn't know what to do. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. So he doubled down and said, ma'am, it's your one person, and gave the ticket. So she accepted the ticket knowing that now this gets to be a good fight. But his partner, also a guy, when he passed by her window, kind of leaned in quickly and said, if you go to court and fight that, you'll win. So he kind of got it. Mm-hmm. So that story and I don't know if it took place on Friday or Friday, but it started to gain traction over the weekend, which got the TDT, the Texas Department of Transportation, involved. And them, being idiots, decided that they were going to make a statement. They couldn't just leave well enough alone, right? Now you put a statement, now you got to live with this one, which said, well, the HOV lane really is based on post-birth people, some stupid asinine comment like that, based on how many are in seats. So the HOV lane, it isn't really, that person wasn't in a seat.
But now they have to clarify that.
That's right.
Because of Roe versus. If she had taken this to court, now every pregnant person driving could drive in the HOV lane.
Right. My point is,
yes.
My point is, somebody on Saturday decided that they just made a public statement. Mm-hmm. So whoever in the government is in charge of the Department of Transportation now has to live with what somebody put out on Twitter.
Yep.
So that's the official statement.
Yep.
We did,
or further clarify or put something more official out, because now it has started the domino effect. And this woman...
Unintended consequences.
Yeah, exactly. And
you said...
And I give her credit. Like, good for her. That was very quick of her to put it out there. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. This is what's going to happen. People are now, as ridiculous as it is, every state, every transportation group, everyone's now going to have to clarify for themselves what constitutes a passenger, because now that this has been overturned, the government says, yes, that's a person. So now how are we going to handle this? Right. Because good on that woman. And if she did take it to court, she would win, because it is another person. She's got another person with her.
So what if there was a limit that said no more than 4 people, and it's 2 parents, 2 children, but she's pregnant? Are you going to turn them away because now that's 5? That's all she wants to know.
Yep.
You say,
and now they have to clarify, because Americans have made it such an issue. Not just Americans, but really it's been America.
No, but it's them, because everything has to be.
But now it has to be. Yep. Like, you're going to have to list it, because someone down there will always find something to point out. They will. It's like the scammers. They will find a loophole. Right. They will find words matter.
Except I'm with her on this one, because she said, hey,
I am too. I'm not arguing.
When I was 31 weeks pregnant, I didn't drive in the HOV because I understood I'm one person. Mm-hmm. Somebody else pointed out that that's a person, so I guess now I'm allowed.
Exactly.
So you now have to tell me how I broke the law when the government told me this. And now the government did it. Now they come back and say, no, it's a receipt. It's ridiculous.
It is.
And then this is the other one I love. Somebody says, well, wait a minute. If I'm a person at conception, then when drinking age is 21, so when I'm 20 years and 9 and 3 months old.
See, and that's the ridiculousness of it.
Yeah,
Someone could do that.
Technically, I'm actually 21 years old from conception, because isn't that?
Sure.
So now you got to change birth certificates.
Yep. Let's change it all.
You have to. Because you've now legally said we're going to, so get ready for it. If you want to go all in on, then do it. It's got nothing to do now with how you stand on abortion.
You can't pick and choose. If you're going to open the door, get ready for what's going to come.
That's the law of unintended consequences.
Exactly. They did not, of course, that's not what they intended for.
No.
At all. But now you're going to have to deal with all of this, because there's always going to be someone who wants to make a point or be an asshole or do something to bring it back on you. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. She should have got the ticket. She should clearly was what common sense would say. No, it's one person driving in this lane. Here's your ticket. But now, as you said, because of all of what's been going on, no. And I back her 100%. Now I would back her and be like, no, you said. And guess what?
Guess what?
Now it's a thing.
Okay, so off you go, you guys.
Here's everything else that's going to come of it. Deal with it.
Yeah. So it was amazing.
Oh, it's a good story.
And that wasn't
it really is a good story.
That wasn't even my favorite story from the United States this weekend.
No? I can imagine what your favorite story is.
It's a woman in Mississippi who wants to kill a rival of hers for a guy.
Okay, well, that's
so she goes online.
Okay. That's pretty straightforward,
she goes online to rentahitman.com.
Oh, I think I heard you telling part of this earlier.
Rentahitman.com. That's the website.
That's a website. Okay, of course. That's where you go.
Signs up using a fake name. The next day, the owner of the website contacts her and says, are you still interested? She's like, oh, yeah. And says, and this is your name, and then questions why she used a fake name. She says, well, because if this isn't real, or we go ahead with this, I don't want this to blow back on me. As if her IP address can't be, or email, right? No. So
fake name will do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So then the owner of the website contacts this hitman named Ace, who contacts her, and they haggle over the price. And they land on $1,000.
For $1,000, he's going to kill this guy.
$1,000.
Okay.
No, another woman.
Sorry, kill this woman.
Right. Now, before we get too far down the story, if we haven't already, rentahitman.com is owned by the FBI. Okay? Right? Like, it doesn't really exist where you can rent a hitman.
Rentahitman.com, is it real?
Yeah, it's not actually
Oh my
where
gosh.
you would go. She thought it was.
Disappointed.
So he says, here's how we're going to do it. $1,000 and want $100 up front. She says, I don't have any money. In fact, I'll pay you 4 installments of $250 when I can get some money. But because now it's the FBI, the guy's like,
all right.
I'm all in. We're going to meet at the Waffle House. So he's at the Waffle House. She shows up at the Waffle House pushing a child in a stroller.
Of course she is.
To meet a hitman.
Yep.
They discuss whatever it is you discuss in a Waffle House when you want to off somebody. And as she leaves, the parking lot's full of cops and they arrest her, where they find on her, pushing the stroller, a loaded gun.
Of course, because everyone has a gun in the States.
She will probably face 10 years. She thought that rentahitman.com was how you went about it, carrying a gun, pushing a stroller, and life to them is worth $1,000. Just shake my head.
I feel for that child.
Absolutely.
My heart breaks for that child.
Yeah. So the next time when you want to think to yourself, hey, that person should just pull up their bootstraps. Not everybody got the same start we all did. That poor kid in the stroller, that's how they have to start their life. It's not their fault.
Nope.
So.
Oh my gosh.
And I shake my head.
I'm still stuck on the Rent a Hitman website.
Yeah. We wonder why this guy goes into that July 4th parade, or the guy in Buffalo that killed 12 African Americans and there's this woman down there, and that's just the way it is down there. Nothing changes. It's worth $1,000.
Well, for the moment, it's down there.
Yeah.
And we can't shake our head and just laugh because it's so ridiculous. Here, it's better.
Yeah.
And I will take it.
So far, and I'm hoping it stays.
I will take it and enjoy.
So far.
Go watch some fireworks on Friday and just.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
And take it for granted at all.
We're done. Mark and Charity Coffee.
Okay.
Look at my God. Look at the time. Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. You're late for work.
We got to go.
Go back for work. Find it on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Join us tomorrow morning and sometime this week. Jenny Bergen's going to be on the podcast. We're pulling for it. Have yourself a great Monday.